Hi guys, and welcome back to Make Up My World. This week was all about My Little Pony, and today I have my final pony for you, Princess Twilight Sparkle. Princess Twilight Sparkle is super smart and a natural born leader. She is good at getting the job done, and with this look, I wanted to bring some of her magic to you. I brought a galaxy of sparkles across the forehead and down the side of my face, and I stuck true to her bright pink and purple coloring. I hope you enjoy this regal look. Let's get sparkling. To start out this look, I'm taking white face paint on a foundation brush and I'm pushing it into the skin. I want to place this white paint under all of the areas where my galaxy is going to be. This will help the galaxy colors to pop off of my skin. As you can see, I'm applying this across my entire forehead and down the left side of my face to the hollows of my cheeks. Continue adding layers of white paint until you get a nice opaque foundation. Next, I'm using a clean makeup sponge to apply this pink Wet n Wild face paint. I'm starting out by applying it to the outer edges of the white paint we just put down. I'm using a clean makeup sponge to bounce this paint all over the face until the entire galaxy area is completely pink. This paint can be a bit patchy, so really pay attention to your coverage and go back over the areas that need more paint after they've dried a little bit. We're going to repeat the process with the purple shade in the Wet n Wild face paint palette. This time, you're not going to go to the outer edge of the paint that we laid down previously. You want the pink to actually peek through around the edges and also in different spots throughout the galaxy look. Treat the purple you're applying kind of like clouds in the sea of pink. You want to make it look like the purple and pink are gases around a planet. Next, we're going to go in with this bright purple eyeshadow to not only set the paint, but to add some dimension to the galaxy and deepen the purple color. I used a large paddle-shaped eyeshadow brush so that I can get some movement in the brush and really buff in the color as if I was painting. Do you see the layers and the contrast we're creating with these different shades and the different products we're using? It's starting to look ethereal and we're getting a lot of movement being created. You just want to take your time and kind of keep layering this up until you get the look of the galaxy you want. We're going to go in and create some shadows with both of these deep purple shades. When you use these on the same paddle brush, you got to be very gentle and use these colors sparingly. You see how deep and dark they are in comparison to the colors we've laid down previously? If you put down too much of this, it's just going to get very muddy and very dark really quick, and all of the work that you put in before is just going to be for nothing. So really go slow and take your time with this. Place the color where you want it so you get the color down first, and then go ahead and actually buff it out and create the shadows that you want. With a clean fluffy shadow brush, we're going to go in with this really bright pretty fuchsia pink color, and we're going to go over all of those areas that we have pink paint laying down. So when you do this, you're just going to add it around the edges, kind of create that gradient, that transition from purple to pink to skin, and you're just going to make it kind of softer around the edges. Take your time in doing this again because you just want to get the pink down, but you don't want it to be a strip or streak of pink. Take your time and buff it out really well. Adding this pink back in gives us areas of highlight. So in those spots, those patches where we don't have any purple, feel free to add this color to bring some brightness back into your galaxy. Those are great places where we're going to be adding in stars later on. So keep layering on that eyeshadow until you get the dimension that you're really looking for. I needed to have even more contrast, and so I started by adding a deep blue shadow into the mix. At first, when I was applying this shadow, I second guessed myself and I was like, oh my goodness, it's way too dark. But once I did start to buff and blend it in, I could see the contrasts and the layers being created by the shadows. And I thought, okay, well, the blue is not a bad idea. I just need to make sure that I blend it thoroughly so that you can't tell that it's a deep dark blue. Instead, it'll look like a deep violet or a deep purple. So just keep on blending. Once I got all of my colors down, I went in with this big dual fiber brush and blended it all. I wanted them all to marry into each other, to blend into each other, and really have the layers transitioning well into one another. And then for those shadows that were just still too dark, I went in and I was able to buff them even more. It just gave a nice finish to all of these colors. Now we're going to go ahead and tackle the eyes. So to start off with, we're going to use this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Strawberry Milk. We're going to apply this beautiful pale pink color to the lids as a base. We're going to go ahead and top it with an eyeshadow, so you don't have to be neat about it. Just go ahead and place the pencil onto your lid so you have a nice smooth base. As always, once you have the base down, you're going to use your fingertips to blend it out. You just want to make sure that there are no harsh lines, no areas missing product, no splotchy areas. Just make sure it's nice and smooth. For the eyelids, we're going to use this bright pink shadow from the palette, and we're going to use it on a small eyeshadow brush and just pat it on to get that color distributed onto the base. You want to make sure to use patting motion so you don't get a lot of fallout and you get the shadow to really stick to the base. Once it's down, you're going to use the eyeshadow brush to smooth it out, to get rid of some harsh lines or too much concentrated product and really distribute it evenly over the lid. Just make sure you don't go into the crease because we are going to be using a deeper shadow for that. To lay down a really good foundation for our cut crease, we're going to start off with this purple face paint and a really small eyeliner brush. And when you do create the line for the cut crease, you're actually going to keep your eyes open to do it. And we're going to go right above where you see your crease in the mirror and draw a purple line right above that. Don't go into your crease. Keep working, kind of floating above it, and go and make your line thinner in the inside and thicker as you go out. You're going to kind of create that cat wing or cat eye look when you get to the outer portion of it. Keep that V really nice and thick, and we're going to clean this up a little bit later, so just make sure you have a good foundation down. To clean up the cut crease base we just put down, I'm using these eyeshadow applicators that I bought at Sally's Beauty Supply, and I'm just simply using it to blend out the base so that it's not so stark, because we're going to put shadow right over this, but if we put it over with it being just a block of like purple paint, we're going to end up seeing those lines right through the shadow, so blend it out well. We're going to use that same deep dark purple we used in the Galaxy for the cut crease, and you're going to really start by concentrating the color in the outer corner and creating that cat eye, and then dragging the color over into the inner corner. Remember, wherever you put your brush down first is where you can get the highest concentration of color, and we do want that depth in the outer corner. So using small circles, create your little cat eye and then drag it over into the inner corner by using whatever's left over on the brush. To get that sharp wing to my cut crease, I'm using a damp cotton swab to create the clean edge. It just makes the eye look a little more dramatic. And as always, I'm taking a clean blending brush to blend out all of the edges to my look. Especially with this purple, it needs a lot of help, and blending always makes it look better. Taking this white eyeshadow and a fluffy blending brush, I'm just adding my brow highlight. To finish up my eye look, I'm taking a bit more of the pink paint and putting it into the lower lash line as a base color. It's just using a small, clean smudge brush to apply the paint. And for my last bit of shadow, I'm taking this hot pink color and applying it right over that base we laid down. This just brings some interest to the bottom part of the eye, and it really makes the eye look more cohesive. For the eyeliner, we're actually keeping it quite simple. I'm going to use this Milani black eyeliner to line my lower waterline, and I'm also going to be using it to line my upper waterline. And it just is going to give the lashes a bit of fullness and some depth into the eye. And then I'm going to use that same eyeliner for my upper lash line by just holding my skin taut, not pulling it. I'm going to go ahead and line my upper lash line. Just keep this really close to the lashes so the focus isn't on the eyeliner, it's on the darkness and depth that it adds to the lashes, which makes them look a bit fuller. To complete the eye look, I'm adding mascara to the upper and lower lashes. It really isn't something that you need to do neatly or to do thickly. You're just going to do it just to make sure that the lashes have some depth and darkness to them, because we are going to be adding falsies right over top. And of course we have to do the brows. So I'm using this purple powder as my regular brow powder. It's really not something that's really complicated or different. I'm just using it to fill in my brows as I normally do. I always lay down the bottom part of my eyebrows first to create the shape and get the arch, and then from there I just kind of lift up the product into the hairs to create a natural curved shape to my eyebrows. I'm not really trying to concentrate on getting a severe arch, just a really nice natural curve, and I don't want my regular natural hair color peeking through, so I just take my time and fill them in. My favorite part of this look is the lips. I'm starting off with this beautiful purple liquid lipstick to line the outer perimeter of my lips. I'm going very carefully so I can make sure that, one, the purple stays within my lip line, and two, that it doesn't bleed into the middle of my lips, because I'm going to be using a separate color. So go ahead and do your upper lips, watching and just following your natural lip line, and then go ahead and do the same on the bottom portion. In the middle of the lips, I'm using this bright, beautiful pink color to create that two-tone look. Once I get the lip color on the bottom part of my lips, I'm just going to mash my lips together to distribute the color on the top. And then I'll go in a little bit more precisely and fill in the pink where I need to on the top portion. Again, blot your lips together to get them nicely blended. To start adding sparkle to the galaxy, I'm using this Lorac liquid luster to create little glitter effects and little stars throughout our solar system. So I applied a little on the back of my hand, and I'm just dabbing it through the galaxy paint we did earlier that should be nice and dry so it doesn't get too smudged by adding this liquid product over top. Be very careful not to move the paint that you've laid down before, and just add the sparkle in where you want to. I'm following up the luster drops with these beautiful rhinestone applique stickers. They're actually meant for nail art, but since they're already self-adhesive and they're just stick and go, I thought they'd be perfect for stars, and they have a very similar shape to Twilight Sparkle's cutie mark. So I'm applying them in random places throughout my galaxy to give a little extra shine and sparkle. For the actual cutie mark, I'm using pink liquid liner just to create a starburst. Just go ahead and add little lines across to make the points of the stars, and then join them together by doing a vertical line to create the up and down points. This actually does take some time and some patience to do, and I was referring to a picture the entire time I was drawing it. If you'd like to skip this, you can totally skip it. You can use an applique, another rhinestone applique, and just put it on the cheek for the cutie mark. It's completely up to you, and this step is completely optional. I added some gorgeous glittery false lashes to complete the look. Now all I need to do is add my wig. I hope you enjoyed my Princess Twilight Sparkle inspired look. I had a great time creating these My Little Pony looks over the week, and I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below letting me know which look you liked the best from this week. If you'd like to see some really awesome My Little Pony surprise cakes and blind box openings, check out my friend's channel, Awesome Toys TV. They're going to be releasing a great My Little Pony cake tomorrow on their channel, so check it out. Take a note from the ponies and be kind to one another, and don't ever be afraid to be your perfectly imperfect you. Take care, guys. Bye for now. Thank you for watching. Click on the video above to get another glimpse into my world. Don't forget to visit my website, makeupmyworld.com, for more details on me and the products used today. Also be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. My details are below. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.